So this video is just showing the brake switch maximum regeneration mod relay setup I'm going to test in the car. I've tried because the brake switch has like two sets of contacts in the brake switch. One's a brake contact and one's a make contact. So when you put your foot down on the brake, one switch opens and the other switch closes, and they both feed into the electronic control module, the ECM, the motor control module. And if you switch either of those independently, then it doesn't affect the regeneration. So it looks to me like they both have to be switched at the same time, which makes sense really. So this little double relay device does that. Now you can get these on eBay. These are absolutely cheap as chips. I mean, a couple of dollars if that, for something like that. And it's got a pair of relays there, and it's got changeover, it's got make or break contacts, etc. there, so you can just wire those up as appropriate. So what I've done here is I've wired this relay setup to make one connection and break the other, and I'm using the spare connector, bypass connector I got from a UK member here. This is the brake switch plug that goes into the brake switch, and this is the sort of like mimics a brake switch which the OEM plug goes into. So that's that, and we just have a simple push to make switch. So if I connect this up and power it up, so it gets 12 volt power. There's actually 12 volt power at the brake pedal, which comes directly from the battery, so I've nicked that for this. So we've got 12 volt power from that. The only thing I need to provide is a ground, so I can use a crocodile clip or anything basically to connect to a piece of metal in the vicinity of this contraption. And basically when we press the button, it's going to activate the two relays and mimic basically pressing your foot on the brake. And that's basically it. I haven't tested it yet in the car. I have tested individually breaking or making the connections on one channel at a time, but that didn't work. So I'm going to test this and see if this works. Now you could do this with a simple switch, but I didn't have a suitable switch in stock. It's quite a specialised switch. You need it to brake in one direction, and you need it to open in that same direction as well. So you need a double pole, double throw switch, and also you really need it non-locking in that direction as well. So I don't actually have one of those, so I just thought I'd use a cheap relay board to provide that function. So that's what that is, and we'll test that later as well and see how we get on.